Building a fiber internet network sounds like a massive opportunity, and in many ways, it is. But behind the growth of fiber expansion across the United States is a reality most people never see: construction costs, permitting battles, infrastructure maintenance, long investment timelines, and operational demands that never truly stop. Today, we're breaking down why most regional telecom retailers do not build their own fiber networks and why many instead scale through partnerships, dealer programs, and existing infrastructure providers.
The dealer download powered by RS&I.
Fiber internet continues expanding across the telecommunications industry. Providers across the country are investing billions into network expansion as demand grows for faster connectivity, lower latency, and long-term broadband capacity. But building a fiber network is far different from simply selling internet service. There's a major operational divide between infrastructure ownership and customer acquisition. That distinction matters because many retailers exploring the fiber market underestimate what is required to build and maintain a telecommunications network. The public, what they often see is the final product: fast internet speeds, new service areas, fiber lines appearing in neighborhoods. What they do not see is the infrastructure operation behind it: the engineering, the permitting, construction coordination, network maintenance, field operations, and the enormous amount of capital required to sustain it all. For many regional telecom retailers, that reality changes the business equation entirely. Instead of becoming facilities-based internet providers, many choose to partner with companies that already operate the infrastructure. Modern telecom retailers increasingly scale through partnerships rather than infrastructure ownership. I'm your host, Michael Shiverdecker, and this is the Dealer Download powered by RS&I. Let's take a closer look at why building a fiber network is so difficult and why many retailers avoid it, and how partnerships are reshaping telecom expansion strategies. Let's take a look at the scale of fiber infrastructure. They require enormous physical equipment. That includes underground conduit, utility pole access, fiber line deployment, network cabinets, transport connections, centralized network equipment. It goes on and on, with customer installation equipment as well, and ongoing maintenance systems that you have to invest in. According to the Fiber Broadband Association and Broadband Infrastructure Reporting from the Federal Communications Commission, fiber deployment costs can vary significantly depending on geography, density, and construction requirements. Rural deployments can become especially expensive because fewer customers may exist across larger geographic areas. Construction complexity also changes based on terrain, utility access, and municipal requirements. That means building a fiber network is not simply about selling internet access. It's about building and maintaining critical infrastructure. One of the biggest challenges involved with permitting and physical deployment with fiber is the construction. It requires a lot of coordination with local governments, utility providers, right-of-way authorities, construction contractors, and engineering teams. The projects may involve underground trenching, pole attachment agreements, or directional boring, depending on the environment. In some cases, delays tied to permitting or infrastructure access can slow deployment timelines significantly. According to guidance and infrastructure discussions published by the National Telecommunications and Information Administration, broadband deployment projects frequently involve complex coordination across multiple regulatory and operational layers. This is one reason large-scale infrastructure providers maintain dedicated engineering, compliance, and deployment teams. For smaller regional retailers, replicating that operational structure can become extremely difficult. Here's the industry reality: building a fiber network is not just a sales operation, it's a long-term infrastructure operation. Another major challenge is capital investment. The fiber construction requires enormous upfront spending long before meaningful revenue may arrive. Tons of money. The infrastructure providers often invest heavily in construction, the equipment that's necessary, transport capacity, network operations, field service operations, and all of the ongoing maintenance systems that is necessary to make it happen. The return on investment may take years, depending on subscriber growth and deployment costs. That creates risk, especially in highly competitive markets where multiple providers may already operate. Large telecommunications providers often have access to financial structures and investment resources smaller businesses may not have. That creates a major barrier for independent retailers considering full infrastructure ownership. Because of these challenges, many regional telecom retailers pursue partnership based models instead. In these arrangements, infrastructure providers handle the network operations while the retailers focus on customer acquisition and local market relationships. That often includes sales, marketing, customer onboarding, relationship management, and local market growth. Meanwhile, the infrastructure provider may handle all of the installation of the lines, network provisioning, technical operations, the maintenance, and back-end systems that are required. This system dramatically changes the operational burden for the retailer. Instead of building infrastructure, the retailer participates in the growth of connectivity services through existing networks. That model has become increasingly common across the telecommunications industry. For authorized dealers, understanding this distinction matters. The telecom industry increasingly revolves around ecosystems built around connectivity relationships, fiber, wireless, business services, smart home technology, security systems, connected devices. For many dealers, the opportunity may not come from owning infrastructure. It may come from building trusted customer relationships connected to those services. That shift creates opportunities for dealers capable of operating locally while leveraging larger infrastructure partnerships behind the scenes. It also reinforces the importance of understanding how modern telecom business models actually function. Here's your authorized dealer action plan based on what we're seeing across the fiber and telecommunications industry right now. First, understand the operational difference between infrastructure ownership and service sales. Those are very different business models with very different risks. Second, study how infrastructure providers structure partnerships. Installation support, provisioning systems, and coverage availability all matter. Third, watch fiber expansion activity in your region. Infrastructure growth may create new opportunities for local market expansion. Fourth, focus on customer relationships and service quality. Trust and local presence remain major competitive advantages. And number five, think long term. Telecommunications increasingly revolves around long term connectivity ecosystems rather than isolated one time transactions. Fiber expansion continues transforming the telecommunications industry, but building a network is one of the most difficult and capital intensive parts of the entire business. For many regional telecom retailers, partnerships provide a far more practical path to the fiber market. That model allows retailers to focus on growth, customer relationships, and local market expansion, while larger infrastructure providers manage the operational complexity in the network itself. Modern telecom retailers increasingly scale through partnerships rather than infrastructure ownership. And as fiber expansion continues accelerating across the country, that distinction may become even more important for the next generation of telecom growth. I'm your host, Michael Shiverdecker, and this has been the Dealer Download powered by RS&I. For more industry insights, telecom trends, and opportunities impacting authorized dealers across fiber, wireless, smart home security, and connected services, be sure to visit RS&I Inc.com. That's RSIINC.com. We'll see you next time.
The dealer download powered by RS&I.